Hello everyone, Star here. Welcome to my 3-part video on how to hunt Eidolons, specifically the Teralyst in this video. This was asked for by a commentator in one of my videos, so thank you for this idea. I'll split this up into 3 parts, primarily for ease of editing and efficiency to get the point across. So without further ado, let's get into it. Eidolon hunting, for those that don't know, is an endgame process. I don't recommend new players going in, but I would be a liar if I didn't say that I didn't go in with an Excalibur and leech off people who could deal damage. Don't do that. Eidolons only show up at night, and there is a timer on Warframe and Warframe Hub, the website, to see when Cetus will transition from night to day and vice versa. In order to fight the Eidolons, you have to complete some of the main story, specifically once you're able to use your operator with an amp and once you meet Anko. If you try and fight an Eidolon with a stock amp, it would probably take years because the stock amp sucks. Anko and Duck provide parts you need to build new amps, each with different damages, firing modes, and other cool features. But this is the one that I use and have been using since the Eidolons first came out. Okay, now that you have that down, we'll talk about gears and then how to fight the Teralysts. For gear, everyone would agree you need to bring a sniper. Any other weapon won't do. The most popular snipers are Rubico Prime and the Lenka. I have both and they both have their ups and downs. I just choose to use the Rubico. Just use whichever you can get the easiest. For secondaries, choose what you want, but try and make it a little accurate. Shotgun pistols won't really do that well. I go with the Euphana because it has its buckshot. Shotgun spray sucks and it doesn't really do any damage. Melee doesn't matter, just go with whichever one you want to use to kill Vonvalis and to take out the Eidolon lures. People still bring the Redeemer Prime, which is weird because Shattering Impact doesn't work anymore on Eidolons. Finally, the Warframe. I go with Trinity Prime because a lot of people don't use healers when joining random lobbies. You can also use Rhino, Chroma, Volt, and Harrow, which are really good choices, but Chroma has been nerfed from his damage taking abilities. Okay, now let's get to the builds. Here is my Trinity build. It has limited range on the healing aspect, but as long as you can watch over the lures and make sure that they're still alive and fully healed every time you use your 4th ability, you'll be fine, and your teammates won't yell at you. Also, your job is to protect the lures and charge them up, not to heal your teammates, so it doesn't really matter if they go down, that's on them to survive. Here are my builds for the Rubico and Euphana. You'll notice that I have radiation on both builds. Definitely put that on both weapons, as that is what Eidolons are weak against. For the rest of the build, go for crit chance and crit damage. I use Argon Scope, which is not the easiest mod to get, to say the least. I would recommend using another crit chance mod or another Riven to take its place, but like I said in the beginning, this is not an early game event. With that out of the way, let's get into the plains. So once it's nighttime and you went to the bounty section, you'll usually see a bright blue aura with an Eidolon coming out of the ground or a waypoint on the Eidolon. Either way, your first objective is to get as many lures as you can if you're doing Tridolons. If you're only doing a Teralyst, get 2, as that's what's needed to capture the Eidolon. Once you have the lures, go to the Eidolon and try finding Vonvalis. Note, this is for the healer. The healer's job is to look after the lures and charge them up. Damage dealers focus on doing damage to the Eidolon, which I will get to in a bit. Hitting Vonvalis in their physical form will turn them into a Spectre. That can be used to charge up the lure, and when it's close in proximity, it will charge up the lure. You will need 3 Vonvalis for each lure to charge them up. You'll know when it's charged once you see the lure waypoint turns blue, and there is no way to check how many Voms are in a lure, so just try and charge as many as you can. Next is dealing damage. So once the lures are charged, or at least one is charged, go into operator mode and shoot the Eidolon with your amp. This is the only way to do damage when the Eidolon has the purple shield on it. If you're using Matara like I am and you've unlocked Void Strike, you can go into Void mode to deal more damage. The longer you're in Void mode, the more damage you'll deal and the more that it will stack. You can also stack Void Strike if you really need to, over and over again, and I'd highly recommend that if you're doing Tridolons and waiting for your teammates to get to the point. You can take out a full Teralyst shield if you charge it enough. The next shots for Void Strike will be affected by the damage and crit multiplier. You can also check out my video on the different schools that I have linked right here. If you want to use different schools, you can check out their highs and lows, and specifically what they do in Eidolon hunts. After the shield is down, you need to go back into your Warframe and shoot it with your sniper, or whatever weapon you have, specifically on its limbs. For the Teralyst specifically, they'll be on their arms and knees. Once you destroy it, the lure you charge should prevent the Eidolon from teleporting away, which will happen if you don't have a charged lure. You'll hear Anko say that you need more lures, but he just means you need to destroy another limb to tether the lure to the Eidolon. Once the Eidolon is down, go into your operator mode and go into Void mode to not take damage from the attack. And you have Arcane Nullifier maxed out, you won't get that annoying magnetic proc that takes away all of your energy. Rinse and repeat this until the Eidolon loses its last limb. It will go on the floor and call Vonvalis to heal it. Try and kill the Voms to prevent the Eidolon from getting its shield back, or don't. It's not the end of the world. Once he gets back up, make sure that the lures are within 50 meters of the Eidolon, and make sure that they're tethered to him. So your job as a healer is to stay close to him, and the damage dealers have to kill them as fast as possible. You can kill him by shooting him with your regular weapons in your Warframe, or if he has a shield, make sure you take it out with your amps. You'll know when you capture him when you hear the bell sound. Once that's done, just extract or continue on if you're in a Tridolon. I'll post more videos on the Eidolons this week. I'm sorry if this video was longer than normal and a little all over the place. There's just so much to talk about on the hunting portion of the game. This was my experience from a year of farming Eidolons. So that was my video on Eidolon hunting. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon for more Warframe content. It would really help me out because this video took a lot of time to make. Don't forget, if you have any questions, to leave them in the comment section below and I will get to you there. This has been Star, signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.